Hey everybody, Brannon Beliso here. Good evening, good evening. Little after 10, I do believe. And it is Success Never Sleeps. Special request. Bunch of folks have been asking me, hey Brannon, can you please do another Success Never Sleeps? Success Never Sleeps. And as you do come aboard, check in for me and let me know that you're there. Hey Uriel, what's happening? What's happening, Euro? And as you're coming aboard, please check in and talk to me. Let me know that you're there as I scour through this internet here and make sure it's all doing what it's supposed to do. I know I've been posting a lot during the day. I don't mean to let you folks down, but a lot of times when I post, it's based upon inspiration. It's based upon when the mood beseeches me. What's happening, Cleon? What's up, sir? So with Success Never Sleeps, it's an open forum where you can ask me your questions. It doesn't have to necessarily always pertain to the martial arts industry. It can very much well be everyday life situations. I think one of the gifts I've been blessed with is the gift of common sense. Having grown up without computers where you couldn't just simply Google it and watch a DIY video, we were put in a position to critical think. We didn't have smartphones to tell us we were smart. We didn't need a Fitbit to tell us we were fit, nor did we have a computer where we could simply Google it. We were in the position growing up where we had to think about things and really figure them out on our own. I think the thing about application is it inspires critical thinking. You can talk theory all day long, and that's my challenge with sometimes when people come out of college, is they don't have a lot of real life experience under their belt in that particular field, but they do have a lot of book learning. And there's just some things you can't learn in a book. The school of hard knocks, getting into life, experiencing life, falling down, scraping your knees, making mistakes. I mean, all of that's very, very important. And you'll see the posts everywhere throughout Facebook where people will talk about experience is the best teacher. It truly, truly is. Experience is the best teacher. So with that said, I wanted to share an episode of Success Never Sleeps with you. Hey, what's happening, James? Yeah, experience is key. I totally agree, sir. Experience is vital to the maturation process of life. I mean, when I was 18, I thought I knew so much. But that was all based upon, I don't know what it was based upon. But it felt like when I was 18, I thought I knew it all. You hear it a lot, and I want to just kind of open this topic up, is mindfulness. Hey, what's happening, Chris? All the way from Australia. Mindfulness, you hear that a lot in today's workplace. It's becoming a trendy way of not only doing business, in a way of entertaining clients, in a way of conducting yourselves. Learning to be mindful. It's learning to be present. Hey Sharon, what's happening? Lorenzo. It's learning to be mindful. It's learning to be present. And they call the present. Hey Sal, what's happening, sir? They call the present because it is truly a gift. It truly is a gift. Lorenzo, I'm doing Pokemon water bottles right now. Good for you, sir. I see a lot of people complimenting. I'm actually looking at your Facebook post. Just make sure you have a good offer in place. As I shared, or I have some kind of deal, call to action for those moms that are going to be there. Don't browbeat them with it. Just give it to them as a gift. I think that's important. Same thing at the Pokemon party. Have something there of a trial offer to stimulate membership as well. As I shared, just create the most memorable experience in that birthday party, Lorenzo, and leave them with that. And you'd be amazed how many people want to come to you and probably check out your other services. So getting back to mindfulness, mindfulness really is about being present. They call the present because it's a gift. If I can learn to be mindful and what that really requires me to do. Hey, Eric, what's happening, sir? What that really requires me to do is stop trying to multitask. I think the gift of learning that I've been blessed with and that I strive to master. Hey, Izzy. That I strive to master is to be fully present. whether I'm eating a meal or whether my daughter needs something from me. I'm really learning shut the computer, put down the phone. To sit there and try to multitask is impossible. We are not computers. That's a term that was designed for computers. So imagine if you could learn to be fully present, if you could learn to be mindful, not just when you're eating a meal or talking to your daughter, in my case, but when you're teaching a class, when you're speaking with a mom, when you're on the phone with a potential client. If you could learn to fully be present in that moment with them, giving them all of your attention, the level of appreciation they will have from that experience will create a lasting memory. Can you visualize that? So I try to tell my team this and is to be mindful of that. And it's very important. Share with your team that when you're teaching a class, the only person that should matter is that one person you're teaching. And if there's 10 of them in that group, don't teach to a group. Teach to 10 individuals simultaneously. That's not multitasking as you move, boom, from one to the other. Just in that 1 second, that 3 seconds, you are fully present with that student. Same thing for front desk people, right? Those of you who interact with clients at the front desk. If I answer the phone, let's say hypothetically, and I'm staring in the computer at the same time while I'm talking with you, I'm not fully present with you. It's in my best interest, if I want to leave a lasting memory, a lasting impression, what I do is I'm fully present with you. And it's just paying attention, really paying attention. What's the one thing we teach children all the time? Focus means pay attention. Look with your eyes, listen with your ears, think with your mind, do the right thing with your body. Well, just go through that checklist every time you're talking to somebody. If I have a client in front of me right now and I look at them with my eyes, and then I really listen to them with my ears, and I think with my mind what they're saying word for word in every breath, and I take the posture of leaning forward, attentively listening to them. Am I fully engaged? I believe so. So, hey, what's happening, Gene? Mark, what's up, folks? As you come aboard, do say hi as you're checking in. So to be fully present, it's just a practice. Mindfulness is a practice. Being present is a practice, but you must find the urgency, the importance, the value in being fully present. The downside of that, have you ever driven in a car? And whether you're driving or not, you kind of space out and you look around and go, wow, we just drove a mile. I don't remember any of that. Well, guess what? So many people walk around with their eyes wide open and they're totally asleep every day. So to be fully present in every moment improves the quality of your life. If I'm fully present with this cup of tea I'm drinking right now, and I feel the warmth and I can embrace it from the tea leaves that grew, all the way till it was harvested through the bag into this cup, and now to nourish me, and I'm very mindful with this. I'm fully mindful with this tea. The taste is amazing. It's sensational. But I can just gulp it down while I'm staring at a computer and I'll get nothing from that. So I think that for me, the greatest gift of being mindful is that it really improves the quality of my life. But it's a practice, and they call it mindfulness. Your mind is full of what? What kind of ness? Well, fullness. Fullness of understanding, fullness of forgiveness, fullness of empathy, fullness of tolerance, fullness of patience, fullness with the intent to serve. So that mindfulness is very important. I want you to read a book by Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh, The Miracle of Mindfulness. It's a brilliant book. Hey, what's happening, Mark? Mike Thompson, faith. Faith. What's happening in faith? It is. And that way, everybody, because, like Randy Holman said when I was in Cancun, and it's so profound, we're all just one phone call away. Who knows if this is our last day on earth? Nobody does, right? Nobody does. And I don't want to squander it by not being present. And that's why I don't do alcohol. That's why I don't do drugs or anything like that. Being in an altered state doesn't allow me to be fully present. Doesn't allow me to be mindful. It's an altered state of mind. That's just my take on that today. And so, hey, James, what's happening, sir? So next time you're talking to your significant other, stop everything you're doing. Make it a habit. Close the computer top. Put down the phone. Look them in the eye and say mindfully, my intent is to give you my full attention. Do that when you teach. Of course, when you spar, what happens if you're not mindful? You're going to get knocked on your behind, right? So it is a practice like anything. Just like you practice the martial arts, you must practice to be mindful. You must practice being in the present moment. How do we do that? With your eyes, ears, mind, and body. Engage those senses, and I promise you, you'll teach a better class, you'll make better choices, the memories you create, the experiences you experience will be richer, fuller, just everything around, everything all the way around. Just be mindful next time you sip a cup of tea, or you're going to eat something, or somebody asks you a question. Just be very mindful to be present with them. And I promise you, that's a huge retention tool. That's a huge, and if you create those type of memorable experiences, people are going to pay you for it. And I believe that absolutely, absolutely, especially in our business. If you're multitasking, you're trying to teach a class and you're trying to manage guys on the floor and you're barking something at the front desk, that is a very ineffective class. When I teach, the only thing that matters is that person or class that I'm teaching. That is the only thing that matters, because that is the only thing I can give my full attention to at that moment I'm on the floor. You feel me? So I found that's very, very important. Yeah. Lorenzo's saying, hey, what's up, Don? Gene. Lorenzo's saying, my girlfriend just told me that I'm always on my phone. Great advice. I need to be present. It is, sir. Every 8 seconds, we pick up this cell phone and we click on it, staring to do something. And just look around you. Stand in a Starbucks and look around you. Everybody's staring into their phone like a zombie. The greatest gift we've been offered is each other, the ability to connect, the ability to communicate. And we squander that by giving that attention to what's called a smartphone. Right? There's a time for that. You know, I do my Facebook Live posts. I do Success Never Sleeps. Instagram. I get social media and the power it has on our business and the impact. But it must be a balance. It must be a balance. And when you have that opportunity, Lorenzo, to be with your girlfriend, be with her. Right? You can be with somebody and not be with them. We all know that. We've all sat in front of that TV with our family or a bunch of people. We're not even with them. Sometimes I'm on my phone. My kids are staring at their iPad. My wife's on the computer. We're all in the same house, but we're not together. To be together, you shut off that TV, you put down the phones, and you play a family game or whatever. That's why little things like having dinner together, we try to do that more often than not, where we sit together at a table and we just talk for a minute. It's not the quantity of time. It is the quality of time. And whoever you interact with, whoever you're with, whatever it is you're doing, if you give them 1 minute of quality time, that will be such a lasting memory, because we live in a sea of what? Distractions, cell phones, iPads, TVs, everywhere. It's amazing to go into restaurants nowadays, sports bar, there's TVs everywhere, all the time. Something to distract us, one more thing to separate us from each other, one more reason, not to be present, when the real gift of life is to be fully present with one another. Cool? So come on. Success Never Sleeps. You're hanging out with me, Brannon Beliso. What are your questions tonight? What is it you got on your mind? What can I do to serve you best? Because success never sleeps. Type in those questions. Lots of people are aboard tonight. I love answering the questions. And again, they could be personal. They don't always have to be about business. I find the biggest success for me is learning to master my mindset. And if I can master my mindset, I can master any situation. I can master my business. I can define success for me. And the band played on. Cool? So a lot of you are picking up my book. I'm grateful for that. Live, Learn, and Grow, Lessons of a Reluctant Tiger, a self-help book that's now available. Go to brannonbeliso.com, pick that up. Everybody was at It's Time Live just last month in April. For those of you who didn't make it, we're going to release all of those seminars for downloadable videos that you can watch again and again and again in the form of an e-product. Okay, great. James is saying, what makes you unique and your business? Well, I think it's really important to know your why. What is your purpose? My unique purpose is I'm here to serve. Now, I know a lot of people serve. Throughout history, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, people serve, priests serve, waitresses serve, lots of people serve. But for me, service is really my purpose. Right? Rock and roll, James, is the same 3 chords. What makes rock unique is each person's interpretation of it. Do you agree? So, for me, James, service is my mantra. And I learned service at a very, very young age from my grandma, who had restaurants in a very bad part of downtown San Francisco called the Tenderloin. And she made enough to bring all 7 kids over from the Philippines and buy a home and help them buy homes. She did that. But the unique thing about it was whether you could pay or not, she served you. It was more important that she served you food and gave you dignity, especially if you didn't have money, than to turn you away. because she needed the additional revenue. So at a very young age, as I would sweep her restaurant, because that's all I could do at that age, and it was being given a broom, I really learned the value of serving people because service is the right thing to do. So service is our mantra. And then beyond that, I believe through service, we learn to live our best life. So if you were to ask me, James, why do I want to bring my kid to you? I would say, well, because we help you live your best life. That's it. That's our whole purpose statement in a shorter version. But our longer mission statement is, we are one, a community dedicated to serving you in every moment to live your best life. But if you call our schools right now, James, they will answer the phone. Live your best life at One Martial Arts. Brannon speaking. When we bow out of class and we're ready to send the class off the mat, we go, class, what are we going to go out there and do? Live our best life, sir. If I see a dad, I'll shake his hand and say, sir, you living your best life today? Oh, yeah, I got my workout in, etc. So that's what sets us apart. And then I think the other thing, as far as being a small business owner, is I recognized early on that I'm not just a martial arts teacher. I hire, I fire, I do marketing. I have to understand a certain amount of bookkeeping, accounting. There's so many different hats that I have to wear. Unfortunately, I am passionate about learning. Not just the martial arts, I'm passionate about learning, James. So I make it my purpose to learn every aspect of my business. I can design a Facebook ad, I can lay out a flyer, I can talk to a web designer, I can write content, because I realize these are powerful tools for my business. I understand bookkeeping, I understand fundamentals of tax law. There's so many different things that come with that. So again, I think that's what sets me apart. You might know I have won merit badges. I recognize that life skills was very important for martial arts school. Nobody goes to a soccer coach and asks them to teach my son focus and discipline, but they would come into your school and demand it. Well, I took the time to spend 10,000 hours creating this life skill system, doing research, reading books, studying to create this system. So I think our life skill component really sets us apart. It's not somebody else's I bought out of the box. It's not something I bid off, I bid off freaking Pinterest from somebody saying, I created this. Same thing with our excellent kids. I'm a creator. I'm an artist. I like to create things. I think that makes me very unique. And we carry that into our school. So I think that's what sets us apart. Chris Malloy, I'm going to order 2 more of your books. Could I get you to personally sign into more of your books? Could I? And the books are supposed to be in, I think, in 2 more weeks. And Chris, I'll definitely just, when I send out the email, reply back to that, tell me who it will be for. Adam's asking me, how often do you teach nowadays? Can I ask, owning a dojo, your most favorite? Let me see. Realistically, I teach 1 Tuesday every other week in San Francisco. I have standing privates, 4 or 5 of them, and then I work with my black belts from 7:30 to 9 p.m. So that's roughly 5 hours in San Francisco every 2 weeks. And then in Millbrae, when do I teach? Friday night for about an hour. Saturday, I teach for 2 hours. Yeah, so probably about 3 hours a week. And then on that other week when I'm in San Francisco, it's 8 hours in that week. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so that's it. But see, the thing is, Adam, I love being on the mat. I got out there today and put on my uniform and worked with the adult class. The big difference now, I think for me, Adam, that I want to share passionately is I pose this question to school owners all the time. Wouldn't you rather have the freedom to teach when you want to teach versus having no freedom because you have to teach? I have the freedom, and that's very important to me. Like yesterday, my daughter wanted me to take her to her swimming class. So I did. I could have hung out in the school and taught or did whatever, but I chose to, take my daughter swimming. But also realize my second location is only 5 minutes from my home. I love being in my school, so it's easy to want to just hang out there. But technically, wow, that's 3 hours a week, 8 hours every other week, so that's 16 hours plus 6. 22 hours a month I teach, Adam. 22 hours a month. That's what I teach. Jean is asking me, I just ordered my set. A couple of parents, they know about it, and they are so excited about it. Taekwondo schools normally use stars. They don't have any idea what they are for. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited because you're right. The majority of Taekwondo schools I've seen use the stars and the chevrons, and they don't use life skills quite like this. So, Gene, you know I'm going to help you guys. I'll help you. I know you picked up my Excellent Kids preschool and kindergarten program. I will mentor you through that, and I will help you all the way through implementing One Merit badges as well, because I believe in it. It's the foundation of our schools. It's the success of the life skills component of our schools. Everybody who embraces it and uses it fully and properly, they really get the most out of it. Remember, we have no month-to-month membership, so you buy what you need when you need. And our biggest clients, organically, are spending $300-400 a month on badges. Easy. Easy, because I see the value, and they're using them in booths, at birthday parties. They're using them at their parents' night out, buddy days, all the time. All the time. So I'm there for you, Gene. Thing and feast, favorite part of owning. What's my favorite part and my least favorite part? My favorite part is so many things. Oh my God. Watching a kid earn confidence, being able to create a new system, being able to better our curriculum, being able to train with my guys on Tuesday night, being able to step up when they need a Sunday off and do a birthday party for them. All those different things. I mean, there's just so many components. My least favorite, honestly, I don't look at it that way, Adam. You take the good with the bad. And for me, as long as the good outweighs the bad, I want to keep on doing that every day, just like every relationship. So I don't think I have a least favorite part. Depending upon where I'm needed, not wanted, where I'm needed, it's all my favorite, sir. It just is. I know that sounds a little kumbaya and hard to believe, but it's true. It's true. Yeah, Sal, you do. You deserve that freedom, Sal. You do, but you got to work towards it by writing systems. The first systems you got to write, Sal, is everything that you do in your business, right? And then work to replace you. I'm always looking for what's called my second. Who's going to replace me? I'm looking for that every day, all the time. All the time. And if those seconds are rock stars, why not open a third location, right? If they want to make it their career. Cool? Kenneth, wishing you a good night always. Hey, Kenneth, you too, sir. Adam, cleaning. Yeah, well, it's not my least favorite. Adam, if we've got an hour between birthday parties and they need me to get in there with them and help them clean and get ready for the next birthday, I'm more than happy to do that. I sweep my school at least once a week in Millbrae. And I've shared this why, and somebody challenged me on that and said, he can't be very successful if he sweeps his own school. Well, I like to sweep the school, right? I like sweeping it. It reminds me of my grandma, when I was back in her restaurants. It teaches me humility, and it's a form of meditation. It really is for me. It is. So, and cleaning's not a bad thing. If they say cleanliness is next to godliness, then I'll be happy to clean. Cleaning's okay with me. What else? What other questions you got for me tonight on Success Never Sleeps? Hanging out with me, Brannon Beliso. As I shared, It's Time Live from April is going to be available to download. You can watch it from the convenience of your home. Some great seminars in there, like learning to write content that sells without being salesy. Oh, that was one of my favorite presentations this time. Rotating Curriculum 3.0. Really teaching you more about rotating curriculum, creating that Disney experience in birthday parties and parents' night outs. People know we do 10 to 12 birthday parties a month in Millbrae, and we're at roughly at 8 to 10 a month in San Francisco. Millbrae is charging $450 a birthday party. It's one of the best ways to get leads, one of the best ways to endear yourself and build trust with new clients and expose them to your culture. So that one I'd highly recommend everybody to get when it comes out. Ask Jean. She witnessed birthday parties firsthand. She sat there and watched us do a birthday party last week, her and her crew, and they were just amazed. It's something special. Thank you, Sharon. I love you too. I love you too. I know feeling more daily, mop daily. Yeah, I don't mop. Fortunately, I don't have to mop. No, I do mop. I mop once in a while. I think I do between birthday parties. I do. Hey, Ferris, what's happening? Raymore, what's happening, Master Raymore? Yeah, Master Raymore was there. He saw birthday parties. One day, I'll think about video a whole birthday party and releasing that for people. Yeah. It is. And I think what's amazing about the Disney experience you're talking about, Master Raymore, is think about it. When I go to Disneyland, I just look around And I'm amazed at how many people are there in their 60s without kids, with the Mickey Mouse ears, and they're still chasing that memory they got the year before, and the year before that, and year before that, and year before that. They're constantly wanting to recreate that Disney experience because it's that memorable. High price that it is, long lines and all, they still give those magic moments in Disney that people really, really remember and want to replicate it again and again and again. You need to create that type of experience when you teach a class. So they want to come back again and again and again. Even though it's repetitive, even though it can be hard, right? Think about how hard it is to stand in a line for cars at Disneyland. Think about that, right? Think about the price you pay. All those different things. There's a lot of discomfort that goes along with being at Disneyland. That's not the most happiest place on earth, but people will endure it for those magical moments. Well, guess what? They will do the same thing in your martial arts school with the training and all if they can create that memorable experience and they can find that value. You feel me? Yeah, it is. And you know what's so ironic about that? The mom and dad at that birthday party you guys were at, Master Raymore, guess what? Mom wants to start kickboxing now, and Dad really wants to get back in shape. So you see, and we didn't even try to sell him anything. Anything. We have so many events coming up. We have a homeschool group coming in that we're going to do a family fun day. We're everywhere. I cannot believe how busy we are giving back to the community and making the difference, which in turn, it generates quality leads. It just does. And read the Thank You Economy, where Gary Vee really spoke about that. It just hit home and all the lights went off. You know, we all want some type of validation. I consider Gary Vee to be a smart entrepreneur, where he said this hamburger place said to, instead of giving money to a middleman who I'm going to trust my advertising with, why not give that money back to my clients? Why not? So he had this little thing every time you check in at Facebook, you got free French fries. Every fourth or fifth burger or fourth trip to his place, you got a free burger. Every quarter, he threw parties with free food, things like that. I mean, it's just really, really important. Really, really important. How do you get connected with the homeschool? Well, you know what? I've learned about the homeschool, Master Raymore. It is a very closed circle. Very closed. Fortunately, one of our parents is a homeschooler. And she put this thing together, and we're going to do it at our school with all the homeschool families, and they're going to get exposed to our excellent kids class. And plus we'll do all the family fun time and all that. So you really want to know somebody internally. I've tried submitting ourselves as a vendor to the San Francisco homeschool group. Never happened. Fortunately, we have a black belt in San Francisco who's about 12, 13 in there. He's been with us forever. His parents are deep in the homeschool network. We're going to go at it that way. My sister homeschooled her kids. So we're reworking one merit badges in the Kids Love Life Skills for homeschooled as well. It's a whole untapped market. I really believe that, but you've got to really earn their trust, and your values have to align with theirs. And if they do not, they will not let you in. They will not. Hey, what's up, Liam? All the way from the UK. How you doing, Liam, sir? You look like a happy guy with your fiance, right? She's your fiance now? Am I right in saying that, or still girlfriend, boyfriend? Either way, you seem very happy and very successful, and I'm grateful for you, sir. I'm so grateful. Next question. Hanging out, success never sleeps. You're hanging with me, Brannon Beliso. What you got for me tonight, folks? A lot of great questions tonight, and the wonderful thing about the questions that you ask, it lets me know you're awake, you're a critical thinker. It lets me know you're thinking, because it is your life, it's your business. It's wonderful to see Lorenzo post stuff like this every day. He's thinking, he's alive, he's nurturing his business in such a way that he has never had before. It's wonderful. What's up, Johnny? What's happening, sir? And it's wonderful because you're all critical thinkers. You're all architects of your life and your business. I believe that. And there's no better teacher than experience. No matter how much these marketers, consultants, even I as a consultant can tell you, you got to go out there and experience life on your own, because that's how you formulate your values, your purpose, and your opinions on what works for you and what doesn't. Is you got to go through that yourself, right? You ever hear that? I can talk to you till I'm blue in the face, but got to learn it on your own, right? You got to learn it on your own. So everybody picking up my book, Live, Learn, Grow, Lessons of a Reluctant Tiger, please go to brannonbeliso.com if you want to get your own personalized autograph limited edition. As soon as it comes out on Amazon, publicly on ebook, I'm going to stop the signed copies that I'm doing now. So if you really want that, if that means something to you, I'll personally autograph each one. And of course, what I write is based upon who you are and what I know of you and how I can best share. Jean, do you have any moms who are hesitant to participate in the Mother's Day class because they're embarrassed or for other reasons? Absolutely. So we do modify a lot of the drills. The parents end up holding the drills more than anything for the kids. And that's important because a mom's a nurturer. She's a caregiver. So we're mindful. And again, see, that's what I talked about at the top of this, Gene, about being mindful. Even though you might have all these games ready, if you look at the room of moms and they're not quite that type of mom who's gung-ho, who's that fit and wants to work out like that, you better modify those very quickly on the spot in real time, or you're going to alienate those moms. And there's no Disney experience there. It's just, I'm embarrassed, I'm out of shape, this doesn't work. On the flip side, if you're really, really good, Gene, then you can do a multi-level workout where you let the moms know, hey, okay, do push-ups on your knees and high-five your kid. If you're really a rock star, try to do them off your knees, and then you can modify it just like you do. Yeah, the audio book too. People have been asking me about that. Will I do an audio book? I'm absolutely going to do an audio book. I'm not sure right away. Again, most people like ebooks, Kindle. Those are 60% of book sales nowadays. Audiobooks, which I prefer, are actually the smaller part of that market. So we'll do our first run. Our first one will be the ebook. Our first one will be the printed book. And then I think the third coming will be the audiobook, Johnny. So look out for that. Yeah, and that's it, Gene. And if you're really present in that room, you're mindful. You know what the example of that was for me? And here's my example, Gene. When I was a DJ for like 20 years. I did weddings, bar mitzvahs, company parties, all those different things. I would go into a wedding, and number one, you play everything on the bride's list, her song list. And whatever she doesn't want you to play, you don't play. You just simply don't, whether it's her cousin asking for it or not. You say you don't have it. You say it's not on the bride's playing list. You can't play it. And then second, it's being able to read the crowd. On the flip side of that, I've gone to so many weddings where DJs try to play what they want to play. They play what they like. And it's a miserable wedding, and they fail. They fail. Give the people what they want, but you have to be present, Gene. You guys got to be very present in a class, very present in a mom and me party, and make those real-time calls that are a soft system based upon who's in front of you. You feel me on that, Gene? If some little kid walks into the school, the hard system is we must say hello within 5 seconds. If it's a little kid, I'm going to go tousle his hair and go, what's up, buddy? I wouldn't do that to an adult. I'd shake his hand and go, welcome, sir, to One Martial Arts. See, that's the soft system, is the human factor, that person in front of you. Cool? You go teach, Chris, all the way from Australia. Thanks for climbing aboard, sir. But what's the timeline for the audiobook? Later this year? Probably a few months. It's just a few months away. Apparently, all I need to do is get a special microphone and record it. But it takes time to read. A book that's a couple hundred pages. It just does. And recording it and editing it and making sure that it's right. I may walk into a studio and do that as well, if the demand is high enough. Because the audiobook, is something that's another market. Yeah, I was a DJ for many years. High schools, bar mitzvahs, company parties, tons of weddings. I did close to 1,500 weddings in my career, Liam. So I've seen it all, and I've done it all. Next question, please. Instructor classes, huh, Chris Malloy? Yeah, I love training my team because then we can deliver a better product and we can teach a better class. Absolutely. Come on, those questions are slowing down. There you go. Liam, do you have different titles for your instructors progressing for assistants, leaderships, or SWATA? Yeah, we do. But again, because our purpose is we are all one, right, Liam? We are all one. So yes, technically on paper, there's a junior leader, there's a junior assistant, there's an assistant, there's an instructor, yes, we have all those different titles. But we really try to act as one. So in class, if they're a black belt, they're called Miss So-and-so, so Miss Kim. If they're an adult, they're Mr. Fiddler by his last name. Third degree would be Sifu, which is Chinese for teacher. Fifth degree is Sibak. And then seventh degree and above is professor. So we do have titles, but again, we are all one, Liam. So within our culture and our why and who we are, we really push more to say we're one. Very seldom will I walk around my school and go, hi, I'm Professor Beliso, the owner. I'll simply say, hey, I'm part of the team here at One Martial Arts. That we found has had a more profound effect. Thus, the word one is very important. We're all one. And I'm not big on separatism and elitism. Sometimes, Liam, those things can backfire on you. And when you have a SWAT team and the demo team and all these different teams, well, where is the bigger team, right? Where are we all one team? And we have found for our culture, being one team has been more crucial than the individual teams that people tend to build in their schools. I hope that helps. Jean's asking, how often do you do team building activities for your instructor program? All the time. All the time. We're constantly doing team building exercises. We did them tonight. I had a couple black belts and I ran the adult class they didn't anticipate, so we did some team drills there. Tomorrow I'll meet with my guy from San Francisco and mentor him, and there'll be some team building there. We, as you know, we do our instructors training once a month for 2 hours at the beginning of the month. I train with my team every other Tuesday night now, but they train every Tuesday. I'm there every other Tuesday with them. And then I'm big on small 5-10 minute power meetings all the time. All the time. You can't get everybody in the same room. Our Facebook page, our One Martial Arts Team Facebook page is very powerful for team building. There's so many elements. There's so many elements. It's just, don't try to compartmentalize a gene into one day. Let it be part of your culture that you're always building your team. You're always doing team building 24/7, 365. That's a huge shift, and it makes all the difference in the world. Cool? Well, okay, that's a good question. When do we go out? A lot of my team goes out together. They just do. Like a bunch of them go out bowling and stuff in San Francisco. In Millbrae, they all tend to go to clubs together because they're all the same age. I don't partake in that. I mean, I'm 55. I'm not going to go hang out in a club with them. We'll do dinner. Last year, we all met up in Disneyland and did that for a couple of days. Those types of things are cool. But I'm mindful. I have families who work for me. I have 4 Dela Cruzes. I have 2 Castros. I have 3 Laws. I've got all these infractions of family, so they spend a lot of time together already. The family dynamic is there. Again, that's very in line with our culture, Gene, because growing up in my dad's school, family was just a big component of that. So it's not by coincidence I have 4 Dela Cruzes, 4 of them, mom, brother, and sister working for me. I have 3 Laws, right? Sam, Kim, and Alex working for me. It's not by coincidence. And all the other people become part of that ohana and that family, and they do a lot of things together. So if I think about it, we're doing team building all the time. Do you have an employee family tree? No, we don't. No, we don't, Liam, not at all. Not at all. I'm not saying it's not a good idea. It's just, we haven't found the reason for it. The one for it versus the different individuals. It keeps us humble. Liam. There's nothing above me and there's nothing below me. That's very important. It's very important. So that no team member feels like it's impossible to go clean in a bathroom or shouldn't have to do this or that. We all connect and we all work together to promote that. Like culture, it's a cultural thing. And I know I talk about that a lot, so I'm going to stress that. Let me plug this in. I think my phone is going. Okay. Is that better? Seems like. Are you there? Is everybody still there? Cool. So what other questions you got before we wrap this up? Again, I want to share with you my book, Live, Learn, and Grow, is now available at brannonbeliso.com. It's a limited edition autographed copy. If you want that, please get it. Also, everything from It's Time Live, the April event, will be available in seminar form in 1-hour seminars, or you can get the whole day. You can download it, watch from convenience of your home. Unlimited. You never lose access to that. That will be available shortly as well. I recommend it. I do believe my content's innovative. I do believe my methods are cutting edge. And that's simply because I understand how to serve people at the highest level. I understand my demographic was predominantly kids and parents. And I get it. I get it. Hey, good night, Sharon. Good night. And that's it, man. I'm out of here. I want to say thank you, everybody, for Success Never Sleeps. It's because of you that we're on this long, right? Your questions, be that critical thinker. Do not live from the herd mentality. Beat your own drum. Be your own consultant. Be your own mentor. Get out there. Make that difference because you are the only one. All right. So I'm out of here, folks. Until we talk again, please, you go out there. Wait. What? One more. What's your current conversion rate or would be a good conversion rate from inquiries, all prospects to new members? I don't look at inquiries. Inquiries mean nothing. It's just simply data we gathered. You do look at trials and you do look at what they convert to, right? Those are the numbers that matter. And when the day's done, even trials, especially if you're doing these $1 Black Friday sale trials and stuff for me, Liam, mean nothing. My bottom line is I'm concerned about active members. Active members define my student value, right? That's when they become full student value. So if you're an active student at twice a month paying $199, that's the conversion number I truly am after. I truly am after. And I know so many people lay on, well, I got 200 web leads this month. Okay, well, how many of them actually were trials? Well, I got 10 trials out of that. Okay, how many of those actually became members, Liam? That's the bottom line that you should really be looking at. Because the rest of it to me is smoke and mirrors and fodder. And I know some people would totally disagree with that, but it's my net student each month that I'm after. What are those net new students, right? That's really it, isn't it, Liam? If you stop to think about it. Hey, Klaus, what's happening, sir? What's happening? So I can tell you this much. We have 603 active students in San Francisco right now, and Millbrae's at 363. And I'll take that any day, man. I'll take that any day. And they're all paying. So it's a good thing. Klaus, Lisa, what's happening, Lisa? Long time, man. Long time. Any other questions before I'm out of here? Because if success never sleeps, I will not sleep until all of your questions are answered. So if you got any more questions, plug them in there, please. Gene, does your staff have some sort of script when inquiries about classes? No, not at all. We don't believe in phone scripts. We do believe in having systems so they understand what pieces of material need to be given to somebody who's inquiring, whether it's kickboxing, after school, day camp, classes. They understand that. But I think what is more important than having a script, Gene, is training them to be good communicators, training them to be great listeners, training them to listen from the point of purpose, and going back to the top of the success never sleeps, teaching them to be present, teaching them to be mindful. I think that's very, very crucial to what we do and who we are. Hey, Klaus, what's happening, sir? All the way from Germany. Man, we got Germany, we got Australia, we got Greg Bring up in Canada. A lot of people hanging out. So did I answer all your questions? Anything else? The success never sleeps will stay there. Go back to the beginning. Watch it, especially the front part about being mindful. I believe it's the key to success in just not only your business, but in the quality of creating an amazing life. An amazing life. Canada. Woo! That's right, Greg. Yes, sir. Does that make sense, Gene? And my classic example of that, I love Zappos, Tony Hsieh, the online shoe company. They don't work with phone scripts. And he says that. I'm not in the shoe business. I'm in the service business. Their longest customer service call is like 5.5 hours. Yeah. Crazy, right? Just sit there on the phone. You're not supposed to get off that phone till that client's happy and they're done saying what they need to say. And, they spent 5.5 hours. It was their longest customer service call. And they're proud of it. They're proud of it. So it really is about hiring the right people, Gene, that love to serve, that love martial arts, that love making a difference. And you can work with that, right? We can work with that. I'm glad life is good, Klaus. Life is good. Super. Right? Super. Alles good, as they say in Germany, right? Alles good. Anything else you want to share with me tonight, folks? With Success Never Sleeps. You're with me, Brannon Beliso. Please. How is morning kickboxing? Right now, in Millbrae, it's a little slow. Our moms came, they did it. It's sunny, so they're out running, doing other things. San Francisco, it's pretty good. We're averaging about 10 on average, 15 on a good day. So San Francisco's great. I believe during the summer, Greg, it's going to pick up a lot more, because we're going to really do a lot of Facebook ads promoting. Imagine this, Greg. Check this out. Is this what you imagine your teenager doing this summer? And you see a picture of a teenager on her cell phone with an iPad eating junk food. And next to that, you got a picture of a teenager doing kickboxing. We found a lot of young girls are starting to like kickboxing because it's so popular. So we're going to really promote that market this summer. And I believe they're going to fill out our day classes in Millbrae in San Francisco. Love that we are one. I created our core values a couple of years ago that spelled out we are one. E stands for equality. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I really need to consider whether the titles are a good idea and a different. Some people are really into those titles, general, sergeant, commander. I mean, I'm the CEO, I'm the CFO, I'm the chief spiritual officer. Sometimes I'm the guy who sweeps the floor, man. I'm whatever needs to be to fulfill my team because I'm a lead by example leader. And leading by example means there's nothing above you, there's nothing below you. You get in there with your team, you get dirty. And of course, I am the visionary, I am the field general, I stand up on the hill and I do all that stuff too. But you know what? Someone was talking about George Washington today. He led the charge. He was at the front line, man, with his troops all the time. And that's what they said ended up him being one of the greatest presidents we've ever had. It's easy to stand up there on the hill and direct traffic. Anybody can do that. Well, not anybody, but anybody can. To get down there in the trenches and get dirty with your team, that's inspiring, Liam. More than just the kicking and punching, getting in there with them, sharing life, breaking bread, cultivating together, brainstorming together, strategizing together, all those different things. There's so much more to it than just teaching them how to do a front kick. Cool? All right. Will you be doing another kickboxing instruction class? Yeah, people have been asking me about that. Greg enjoyed the certification. We've been doing kickboxing for 17 years. It was never a fad. We love doing it. It's been a staple at both locations. San Francisco, a staple for 17 years. How many people can say they've had a 17-year fitness kickboxing program? Well, we can, and we've mastered it. We've mastered the art of kickboxing. We've got it down to a science. That certification I did for It's Time Live went over really, really well. That a lot of people ask me, hey, why not do a kickboxing certification? We'd love to get certified in one fitness kickboxing. Give us a little more credibility. Give us how to format exercise adherence, kinesiology, physiology, all the different contraindications that come with formatting a proper fitness class. There's just certain things that go in there unless you understand fitness. And I'm certified by the College of Sports Medicine, the American Council on Exercise, all those are the main boards. So I understand that stuff. And I knew that was important right away. So yeah, Gene, I'll keep you posted on that, but I think it's something I'll do. Anybody else? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Is there a different pay grades on a pay scale for instructors, how they progress? And do you do bonuses? And if so, what are they? We don't do bonuses. I'm not into bonuses because then my team ends up selling. My team ends up going, hey, I want to buy a new car, so I better sell X number of memberships. We don't sell, we serve. What I do believe in, Liam, is paying people really well. Really well. My guy who's running San Francisco right now, he makes $80,000 a year and he's 25 and lives at home. I think that's great pay for that age. I know it's San Francisco, it's expensive to live here, but he just turned 26. He lives at home, he's making $80K a year and he's running that location. I think that's great. I want to pay my guys as much as possible as we can afford it because they give me freedom. And as long as I make the money I need to take care of my family, I'm a happy guy. And my family gets everything they want and then some. Believe me, they do. They do. So my goal now, being in San Francisco and where we're at, Liam, is to pay my guys at a much better level. But everybody enters at minimum wage, and that's not cheap here. Minimum wage is about $13, $14 right now. And then after that, as they add different certifications. So let's say you come in as front desk. Then you learn to teach kickboxing, there's another $1. Then you learn to do day camp, there's another $1. Then you learn to do birthday parties, there's another $1. Then you learn to do after school, there's another $1. Then you learn to run the floor, that's another $1. Then you move into running location, boom, now you're in salary. So I think really what you want to ask yourself, Liam, is becoming a company that people want to work for. If you had to write down, Liam, what is the company you would want to work for? That's what I think it's really all about. What's the company you want to work for? Well, we do have 401ks. Whatever they put into their 401k, I match them up to 3%. So let's say this guy who's making $80,000 a year, I put in 3% of that every year. So that's like $2,400, something like that. So it really is, but be mindful. Have a budget, Liam. Stick to the budget. I tell my guys I can't pay you what I don't have. So that's important as well, and they should know that. So in order to do that, Liam, keep your books totally open to them. Be as transparent as you can be. Because they think this number, right? They look at us, 1.8 million. But it takes a lot to create that 1.8 million. There's rent, there's payroll, there's taxes, there's, equipment. There's so many variables, marketing. There's so many things that go into that. And I have a certain lifestyle. This is what I need to make. I believe after all I've done in this company and growing it, this is what I should make. I pay myself off the top first. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Hey, what's up, Jimmy J? Yeah, there's a lot of processes, but what I'm going to challenge you on, Liam, is to create your own. Sit down and really begin to grow that organically and base it upon your vision, Liam. And you're a smart guy, man. You know, open book, yeah, be open. Be as transparent as you can, please, Liam. It makes all the difference in the world. My bookkeeper was visiting from South Carolina, who's also my sister. I had her sit for 2 hours with my guy from San Francisco and lay out everything to him. And it's amazing how much more money conscious he is now. How when he writes schedules, how scheduling more effectively to cut our payroll back. Because payroll is our biggest cost. Rent is fixed. You know, belts, everything we order, it's fixed. What drives us up a lot, Liam, is payroll. Payroll. And if we don't staff accordingly, if we don't make sure people clock out on time, clock in on time, we figured if everybody between the two schools clocked in 5 minutes early than they were supposed to, that's going to cost us $30,000 a year, Liam. So little things like that, we can really, really, really make a difference. Is there a percentage of growth to pay to staff? Well, again, I think that's unique to every school. We decided the second location, the first purpose of the second location was to shore up the wages and to provide medical. And once it does that, I will make the money on the back end. That's the agreement. That's what I promised. I own that. So Millbrae's just about, you know, we're still paying off the SBA loan, what it took to open the school, but we're running at very well in Millbrae. So once that loan's completely paid off and we can see a better perspective of the extra cash that's coming in, more people will get raises. And on the back end, when Millbrae's are running optimally, and it did 800K last year, Liam, so it's on a path to do $1 million this year. If it's making $1 million like San Francisco, $2 million a year, I'm a happy camper with 400K because I never have to be there, right? So see, that's what people fail to understand. They're going, wow, you only make $400,000 off $2 million. I'm never there. So I'm basically getting paid $400,000 for doing nothing. Nothing. Of course, if we open more schools and it works out, but remember, to have somebody run a business for you efficiently and effectively, that should not come cheap because they're making you money and you're doing nothing for it. People, oh, I created it. Oh, yeah. That's yesterday. It's what's happening today. And without my team, I wouldn't have the freedom I have. You feel me, Liam? So just be very mindful of that. Mindful of that. Any other questions? I said I was out here about 15 minutes ago, but that didn't happen. Anybody else? You got any questions before I'm done? Please pick up my book, Live, Learn, and Grow, Lessons of a Reluctant Tiger. Please, please, please. I feel interesting how much to yourself. I pay myself reasonably well, but the majority of the gross profit goes. Yeah, well, you're growing your businesses right now, Liam. You should. You should put. Right now, everything we make in Millbrae, we put back in. And we've funded, God, a lot of people have gotten raises in my company in the past couple of years as Millbrae's grown. And again, on the back end, I will make money. But really, I need to fulfill my promise to the team. If I want to grow this business, I need to grow my team. And that doesn't come cheap. Great talent should not be cheap, right? So just alone, summer help, if you pay a couple of bucks above minimum, you're going to get a better talent pool. I believe that. I believe that, right? I believe that. What did you just order, Gene? Gene just ordered something. Hey, Josh. Where are you coming in from, Josh? Josh Figueroas. Yeah, it is late, but hey, man, success never sleeps, Liam. That's only 11 o'clock. That's not too bad. Thank you, Gene. Thank you. It is. It's a self-help book. We talk about that transparency with open books, Liam. In this book, I'm as vulnerable as I could possibly be. But it was very important because I wanted to share these life lessons with you to show you that anything is possible. Mistakes are not a horrible thing. Suffering is not a horrible thing. If we really embrace the lessons, we're supposed to learn from them and become a better person through them, create a better life through them. Believe me, I celebrate my victories in the same way I celebrate my failures. Because those failures are some of the best lessons learned. I know that sounds like kumbaya, but it's so true. It may not feel that way at the time because it's painful and it sucks, but really, it's super, super important. Cool? You're very welcome, Liam, sir. You're very welcome, Gene. Hey, folks, I'm out of here, please. Brannon Beliso.